There was a small town nestled between two towering hills. Separating these hills was a wide, churning river. Years ago, a wooden bridge had spanned the river, connecting the two sides. It was nothing fancy, just weathered planks and sturdy ropes, but it was reliable. Over time, though, the bridge weakened. The planks grew soft with rot, and the ropes frayed. One day, during a violent storm, the river claimed the bridge, leaving the town divided. For years, no one bothered to rebuild it. The people simply adapted. If someone needed to cross, they would trek miles upstream to a narrow point where the river could be forded. It was inconvenient, but life went on. Eventually, most people forgot the bridge had ever been there. One summer, a young boy named Liam was exploring the riverbank when he found something curious. Half hidden in the undergrowth were the remnants of the old bridge. A few planks tangled in vines, and a rusted nail here and there. Liam's grandfather often told stories of crossing that bridge as a boy, but to Liam, it had always seemed like a myth. That evening, Liam asked his grandfather why no one had rebuilt the bridge. The old man thought for a while, then said, "Maybe because everyone believes it's easier to go the long way. But sometimes, easy isn't better." The words stuck with Liam. The next morning, he returned to the river with a hammer and a bag of nails. He started gathering wood, not caring that it didn't match the old planks. Soon, a few curious villagers joined him. Some brought tools, others offered advice, and before long, rebuilding the bridge became the town's project. It wasn't smooth sailing. Arguments broke out about how to construct it, and more than once, someone suggested giving up. "What's the point?" they'd grumble. "The long way works just fine." But Liam's determination was unshakable. He reminded them of the time and effort they'd save in the long run. Slowly, the bridge began to take shape. One crisp autumn morning, the final plank was laid. The bridge stood sturdy and proud, spanning the river like a promise. The first to cross it was an elderly woman who had lived on the far hill her entire life. She had tears in her eyes as she stepped onto the bridge, her hands trembling against the new railings. "I never thought I'd see this again," she whispered. What Liam and the others didn't realize was that the bridge wasn't just about saving time, it was about connection. Suddenly, the town felt whole again. Families who had grown apart began visiting each other more often. Festivals were held on the bridge, and children ran across it, laughing. Months later, as Liam stood at the center of the bridge, watching the river rush below, his grandfather joined him. "You rebuilt more than wood and rope, you know," the old man said. "You rebuilt us." And that's when Liam understood. The bridge was never just a structure. It was a reminder that sometimes we let obstacles become permanent simply because they've been there for so long. We convince ourselves that detours are easier, but they come at a cost. Life's bridges may rot, fall, or fade, but it's up to us to rebuild them. Because in rebuilding, we rediscover not just what was lost, but what can still be.